Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is Mustafa, and in today's video, as you can see, it's everything you need to know when it comes to running ads. So without further ado, if you guys do have an online business that you want to scale past 6 figures, you can apply right here. If you guys want to get access to this document, just DM me on IG and I'll give you access to it. So here's just some examples of our clients' results. It's a month. You can also go through these as well to check the authenticity. But here we go. So first you're going to start with the ad structure. You're going to have a cold campaign and a warm campaign, right? So for the cold campaign, this one's really simple and not many people talk about it, however. So no audiences in this one, apart from you're going to exclude people that have already purchased or have already engaged with your ads, right? So added to cart as well, etc., stuff like that. Now this may vary based on what you're selling, as some products or some things can be bought over and over again, right? So if that's the case for you, then you might want to make a bit of adjustments, right? Now the copy, you need to write your copy keeping in mind that this ad will be shown to an audience that's never seen your ad before, right? Or never seen you before, to be honest. So don't make it salesy at all. Just think of it as if it's brand awareness, not getting sales in this campaign. So keep that in mind. Now, will some people buy? Now, will some people in the cold audience buy? Now, will some people in the cold audience buy the first time they see your stuff? Yeah, sure. Is it a good idea to straight away sell to a cold audience? No. Is it? Sure. But is it a good idea to straight away sell to this cold audience? No. But is it a great idea to straight away sell to this cold audience? I don't think so, right? So don't do that. People do usually require something like 7 touch points with your brand on average in order to actually buy from you. So keep that in mind here, right? Creatives and videos and images, same here. Make sure it's not salesy. Again, you're not trying to sell to them here. And call to actions, if possible, try to stay away from things like shop now or order now, etc. Again, you're not trying to sell here. So something like learn more will work more in your favor in this campaign specifically. Again, the why is your entire goal here is to make people aware that you do exist and not to do a cash grab, right? Don't go straight for the cash. If you do, as it says, if you do go with that approach, your ads will fail, right? That's an example. Apart from shop now, everything else is perfect, right? So you just have copy that's telling them about the product, comparison style, etc. I prefer videos not over images, but this is just an example, right? Now next on to the warm campaign. This is where we're going to get the sales, right? So the audience we commonly use for our ads include page view, engaged with whatever social media platform that you're running ads on. So they engage with your page. 95% video viewers, add to carts and initiate checkouts, right? And depending on, again, if your product can be bought over and over again, you want to do purchase as well. And let's say if your product can be bought monthly, right? You might want to exclude people that purchased in the past 30 days or just a little bit less, so they start seeing it right as that product's running out, etc., so they can buy their next one, right? So yeah, with a little bit of logic, you can make that work really well. So here, you can keep your copy even short and concise and make it salesy, as this audience will have already seen your other ads, right? The ones from the cold campaign up here. So you can keep it short and snappy. So it could even be something like 10% off if you shop now, as an example. You can make it a bit longer, but even something like as short as that, as they've already seen your cold audience. So no, as they've already seen your cold ad, right? That could even work. Your creative videos and images, they can be salesy as well, but still make sure it's organic. Too much of like a salesy ad style video doesn't work anymore, especially in the days of TikTok creatives. So stay away from ad style videos. Still make it UGC, right? Call to actions: use shop now or order now. Simple. The goal here is to retarget people who have already seen your ads from a cold campaign and use more salesy tactics now to get them to buy, right? Now, the next step after that is, right, that's just usually for testing, that's just to set up, right? But the next step will be to scale your ads, right? And how we're going to scale is, firstly, we're going to look at ad sets inside the cold campaign, right? So we've got interest ad set, lookalike ad set, audience test ad set, and broad ad set, right? Types of scaling as well, which is passive, moderate, and turbo scaling, right? So this is quite simple to be honest, quick, right? So the ad sets, interest, this ad set is where when you test with the audience test, whichever interest works, you'll be putting them into here, right? Let's just change that, there you go. Lookalikes is the exact same as the interest, but for lookalike audiences instead. And obviously, as I said, this audience test ad set will be where you test your audiences, and then if they work, you want to, let me actually put that here. Let's go, there you go. If the interest or lookalike does well, put them into the expected ad sets. If not, write tired next to it, so you know that interest lookalike doesn't work, and pause it. There you go. So I forgot to put that in, but yeah, so how you will test is you put the interest or lookalike into here, and you'll give it a couple of days. If it does well, put it into there, either interest or lookalike, whichever one it is. If it doesn't do well, then you would write retired, so you know that next time, so you can keep track of it basically, so you don't keep going over the same interests or lookalikes that don't work. So if you write retired, you know which ones work and which ones don't, right? Broad, now you want to have a broad ad set. I'd say throughout whenever you're running ads, as the algorithm of these ad platforms nowadays is really good, right, with all the data that they have over how many years, right? So leaving a broad ad set throughout your whole time of running ads is a good idea, as most of the time from my experience they actually do really well, as they tap into audiences that you otherwise might have not been able to tap into. So I highly recommend it, especially when scaling, right? Don't miss that out. Now when it comes to the types of scaling, as you can see, so first we've got passive. This one is to grow results through a low risk and predictable scale, right? The risk here is low, but to perform, but this will be slower, right? So that's the con of it, but the risk is lower, right? The lowest out of them all. So to perform passive, analyze your campaign every 3 days with a 3-day time frame. On the day of analysis, if it meets your performance criteria and you're like, this is good, increase it by 10%. If it doesn't, decrease your budget by 5% or make changes, right? You don't have to decrease it, you can make changes as well. But it's with a 3-day time frame. But it's with scaling, so these should already be working. So you just want to decrease it, etc. But if it's got to a point where you're scaling it now, this shouldn't be the case anyway. So just decrease the budget. But yeah, so the moderate one will be to grow results with a balanced risk versus reward. So it's just the middle of this one and the turbo one. This one's medium risk, and to perform this one, you need to analyze your campaign every 2 days with a 2-day time frame. So every 2 days you want to be going over it. And on the day of analysis, if your campaign meets the performance criteria, so your performance criteria, you want to increase your budget by 20%. If it doesn't meet it, then you decrease it by 10%. Now finally, the turbo growth. This grows results as quickly as possible. The risk is high. You could potentially ruin your whole successful ad campaigns, etc. So to perform this one, you want to analyze it every single day, right? And on the day of analysis, if it meets your performance criteria, increase your budget by 50%. And if it's below your target, decrease it by 35%, right? But this does have the chance to completely mess up your successful ad campaigns, so keep that in mind. But that's it, to be honest, the run through. And these I forgot to mention, but this basically works across all ad platforms. This is mainly catered towards Facebook, but you could use this on TikTok, Pinterest, Google, etc. This will work. Basically, if you extrapolate it, if you're smart enough to extrapolate it, you could use this across all the ad platforms, not just Facebook. So keep that in mind. But again, let me mention it. If you do have an online business that you want to scale past 6 figures, make sure to book a call with us. It's in my Instagram bio, or you can DM me to get access to this document, or you can just DM me straight away to book a call with us. So make sure to do that. But I'll catch you guys next time.